Jake Paul has been problematic for a long time now, and with the recent allegations that have come out against him, I thought we should break down all the influencers who have warned us about Jake Paul. I'm Mackenzie, make sure to subscribe if you're new here. In at number 10, Alyssa Violet. Alyssa Violet is Jake's first and most famous ex, and their breakup was talked about on the internet for years after, because of all the drama that followed. Their relationship ended with Jake kicking Alyssa out of the Team 10 house and accusing her of cheating. Then days later, she posted to Twitter telling her side of things, saying that Jake had actually cheated on her on the daily and that Jalissa was never real. But Jake's fans did not listen and still continued to hate on Alyssa. This caused her to upload a long video where she spoke more about her experience, where she admits that she was mentally and even somewhat physically harmed by Jake, with her mentioning that he would string her along for videos while he was hooking up with a new girl practically every day. Then she revealed how he would even take physical jokes too far, even hurting her at some points. She lastly revealed how Jake took 20% from his friends and even enforced strict rules to live in the Team 10 house. In at number 9, Drew Gooden. Drew Gooden is a commentary channel that exposed the scam behind one of Jake's business ventures called Edfluence, which was launched in 2018. The site was supposed to be a series of videos that fans could unlock for just $7 that would give them a roadmap to success as an influencer. But Drew discovered that the $7 didn't actually unlock the whole program, it only unlocked a portion, and then if you wanted more videos, you needed to pay an additional $57. Then he pointed out that the website hosting Edfluence was intentionally misleading, prompting parents of young fans to input credit card information on the first screen to pay $7, only for that information to be saved into the user's profile so the kid could later click to pay the $57 without needing to input the card again. The scam even told fans that buying in would give them a chance to join Team 10, and obviously there was no way that was happening. Edfluence now no longer exists. Are we shocked? In at number 8, Logan Paul. One of the worst feuds that Jake has been in was with his older brother, Logan. Logan is generally more successful and well-liked than Jake, and that obviously causes issues in their relationship, with Jake constantly trying to one-up his older brother. And occasionally, Logan will fight back, like back when diss tracks were a thing, and the brothers made multiple diss tracks taking aim at one another, even bringing personal and family issues online where they had no place being. Then at one point it was revealed that Logan hooked up with Alyssa while she was still with Jake, and that was the reason that she was ultimately kicked out of the Team 10 house. The brothers ended up reconciling, but I believe the event has caused everlasting damage in Logan and Jake's relationship. In at number 7, FaZe Banks. FaZe Banks started dating Alyssa Violet after her and Jake's explosive breakup, and this made Banks and Jake rivals. Things got nasty when Meg, who was an assistant for Team 10, accused Banks of hitting her because the assistant caught Banks cheating on Alyssa. In a YouTube video titled "My Assistant Was a Jake and Team 10 discussed the allegations. They claimed that Meg spotted Banks making it with some girl who wasn't Alyssa. Then when Meg was on her way back from the bathroom, Banks actually clotheslined her and dragged her into his party space in an attempt to kiss her, leaving a nasty bruise on her neck. But obviously Banks clapped back with his own video, claiming that that was all a lie to mess with his relationship with Alyssa. Banks even claimed that Team 10 had reached out to him before they made their video and admitted that they thought the incident was all an accident, but then they later laid into him in their video. Jake later apologized for the entire incident, saying that he got the facts of the case wrong, and we pretty much never heard of it again. And at number 6, Gigi Hadid. This one is incredibly random, but Jake made an enemy out of Gigi Hadid when she had no choice but to call him out for his childish behavior. It all started when Jake and Gigi's boyfriend, Zayn Malik, had a confrontation at a Vegas hotel. After Jake tweeted out that he was gonna clap Zayn from One Direction, Gigi responded back, saying, quote, "LOL, cause he doesn't care to hang with you and your embarrassing crew of YouTube groupies. Home alone with his best friends like a respectful king, cause he has me, sweetie. Unbothered by your irrelevant, ugly go to bed." And that tweet currently has over 800,000 likes. Clearly it's very popular to hate on Jake Paul. Jake later tweeted out a semi-apology and blamed it on the alcohol, but yikes, that whole thing was just incredibly messy. Halfway at number 5, Tana Mongeau. Although Tana and Jake are on good terms now, there was a point in time where Tana made Jake look incredibly bad. This time was after their fake wedding, where it was clear that Tana had real feelings, while Jake was just using her for clout. After they publicly got married, then split shortly after, Tana set things straight with a long and emotional video. In the video, Tana spills tons of tea about Jake and their relationship. And in summary, she said that her feelings were real and she tried to be the cool girl and have an open relationship like Jake wanted. But it wasn't realistic for her. And she ended up getting heartbroken when he went partying in Ibiza with women for their honeymoon while she went home to care for her father who just had a heart attack. This all made it clear that Jake's view of relationships really hadn't changed much since his time with Alyssa, and he was still manipulating women for clout. In at number 4, Rice Gum. Rice Gum was once known as being one of the biggest trash talkers on the entire platform, and he took aim at Jake many times. But after Jake's breakup with Alyssa Violet, Alyssa teamed up with Rice Gum to make a diss track on Jake. This was back when diss tracks were huge. The track, called It's Every Night Sis, called Jake out on his bad behavior. Some of the lyrics call him out for being a high school bully, as allegations of bullying had come out around that time. Alyssa also savagely accused Logan of being a better kisser than Jake. They also trashed his Disney show and said the Team 10 house was small compared to their house, the Cloud House. In at number 3, PewDiePie. PewDiePie is obviously a YouTube legend, and he's never been shy about his dislike for Jake Paul. Back when Jake's song It's Everyday Bro was going viral, Felix made a reaction video where he ripped Jake and his crew to shreds. It is literally a hilarious video. Then more recently, PewDiePie made an entire video trashing Jake's latest business venture at that time, called the Financial Freedom Movement. Felix not only trashed the content, but also revealed just how much of a scam the program actually was, even though I'm pretty sure we all knew it was a scam in the first place. In at number 2, Keemstar. Someone who has been a constant thorn in Jake's side has been Keemstar. Keemstar, of course, hosts popular drama channel Drama Alert, and Keem definitely has a major hatred towards the Paul brothers and exposes a lot of their bad behavior. Keem even got in a public feud with Jake and Erica Costell after Jake accused Keem of body shaming Erica. However, Keem later exposed that Jake had also made comments about Erica's body in the past. Keem has also made it clear that he is not like Jake on many occasions. Like this one tweet where Keem wrote, quote, "I've never hated Jake Paul as much as I do today. He owed everyone an apology for his actions, and instead he made excuses and virtue signaling to cover up his BS. If he is innocent as he claims, then release all the raw footage to prove it. You can't, you won't, cause you lie." And truly, that is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Keem's coverage of Jake. And finally, number 1, Jake Paul himself. And of course, the person that has warned us the most about Jake Paul is himself. He has not been hiding his problematic behavior whatsoever since he's practically been on the internet. There are just so many instances, it's impossible to name them all, but one of the most famous is that Jake was fired from Disney and kicked out of his neighborhood because of an insane interview he did with KTLA5, where he showed what a nuisance to the community that he had been. He also started a fire in his pool at one point. Paul's neighbors met with police and city officials to discuss the possibility of a class action public nuisance lawsuit, and the company that owned Paul's house sued him for $2.5 million. More recently, he was also arrested for looting during the George Floyd protests and later said that COVID was a hoax. And when he claimed that was a lie and that the journalist twisted his words, the journalist leaked the whole interview online where it proved that Jake said those exact comments about COVID being a hoax. Alright guys, that's all for the list. Let me know your thoughts below, but before I go, I'm going to shout out some comments from my last video. Zaim said, "You know Jake Paul is problematic when Mackenzie, someone who's generally very kind and friendly, says she hopes he gets knocked out." Yes, I don't like Jake Paul very much, but I also am just really a big fan of boxing and MMA. I will definitely be watching his fight this weekend, and I mean, yeah, who doesn't want to see Jake Paul get knocked out? Like, come on. Then Kristen Johnson said, "I can't believe I'm this early, and for me, it's hugs from BC, British Columbia. Hey, we'd love to have you here. Thank you so much." Then Daniel Claus said, "Mackenzie is one of the best female YouTubers on this site. Thank you so much. That completely warms my heart." Alright guys, that's all for the video today. Thank you so much for sticking around if you made it all the way here. If you liked the video and want to see some more, make sure to like and sub to the channel below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith. Make sure to check us out on social media, and I will see you in the next one.